Part 2. Mi-jin had a dream at the start of Miss Day and Night Episode 2 about a cat that looks like the one her Aunt Lim's son used to keep. When Mi-jin goes to the attic, she discovers a desolate missing person poster of her aunt, which informs her that her mother has been searching for her for years without success. Later, Mi-jin leaves early for her job as a cleaning lady at the prosecutor's office. She finds Guy Jeong, who has arrived at his new position. Much to her surprise, he turns out to be a prosecutor, while on her cleaning binge, turning on music and dancing. It is discovered that many who work with him frequently leave within months, and as would be expected, he comes across as aloof and indifferent in his professional character. Jeong stops by to see if they can find an apartment to move into as soon as possible when Mi-jin's father and their landlord, who also happens to be a real estate broker, are having dinner together. Following a series of strange inquiries concerning Jeong's belief in ghosts, the broker shows him a haunting flat, which he quickly accepts because he can move in right away. Subsequently, it is discovered that the house is haunted because Jeong continues turning on the bathroom light switch and experiences murderous dreams. When Jeong surveys the area the following day, it becomes evident that he is there on a personal purpose. Afterwards, the senior hires and their distinct personalities are presented to us. Malte, a former police officer, is brought in to investigate a case involving a thrown cigarette. He suspects a co-worker, Gwang-suk, who is a particularly brazen recommendation hire. We meet Na-hyun, the eccentric disability hire who trips over a cigarette case as they fight, and who stumbles while attempting to break them up. Lim's son, the top candidate with the greatest stamina, shows up at the crime scene to break up the fight. Ok-hui, a nepotism hiring who is known for being pretty but dumb, is another bystander to the fistfight. They eventually come to an understanding whereby the offender treats the others in return for not being reported and facing a fine. Amidst his legal battles and multiple articles, famous person Ko-won chooses to take a 2-year break before beginning his public duty, where Jeong and Mi-jin are currently employed. Mi-jin pushes him as a suspicious someone hits him with a liquid while he's speaking to the media. When it looks like the liquid, which turned out to be acid, is about to fall on her, Jeong, Lim's son, gracefully swoops in to protect her with his umbrella. She and her onlookers drool over him, but before another prosecutor bursts their bubble, she informs them of Jeong's real difficulties while on duty. Later, after being blocked, Jeong goes to Mi-jin's house to return her resume and get his document. Before meeting Jeong, Mi-jin dashes to her residence and bides her time till dusk. As she searches for the document, she recalls that she burned them. She continues to insist on searching a used bookshop where she used to sell the book. She eventually locates the paperwork after some time spent searching, but not before Jeong departs to handle an urgent problem. Jeong's residence has been the scene of one homicide thus far. Jeong discovers that the blood at the crime scene is still fresh, and after a prolonged period of investigation, he concludes that the perpetrator may be hiding. He may be back in town since, according to a flashback, his mother was killed in a similar manner. When it transpires that this is the case, Jeong pursues him and notifies the local police. He knows that danger is approaching Mi-jin, so he goes to her place as soon as he receives her text message saying she is leaving alone. As she makes her way back by herself, Mi-jin peeks at the document's contents, discovering several pages filled with reports of missing persons involving several women. At this point, Jeong witnesses Mi-jin and the offender colliding head-on. The episode finishes with Mi-jin's astonished visage and the paperwork dropping down the road as he closes in on her. The review of the episode. The show's case isn't helped by its cliched slow-motion romance sequences and stale murder mystery premise, which make it appear to be very predictable right now. The cat could be her aunt. She could have been killed by the same serial killer or by another person who also killed Jeong's mother. It's possible that the program will attempt to connect the